So may I come in?
Please come.
Good morning.
Morning. Please sit.
Thank you, sir.
Ashish, you are cooking. What do you cook?
Sir, basically I am a North Indian vegetarian home cook.
Okay. What do you like cooking? Any particular dishes?
Sir, I belong to Rajasthan, so Rajasthani cuisine is on my priority. For example, let's say dal bati churma and normal daily life cooking like vegetables and I'm a bit weak at chapati making
Okay.
because getting that shape is not quite easy.
Okay. But tell me, mostly women cook at home,
Yes.
correct? But the most well-known chefs in the world are men. Meaning that the moment cooking turns commercial, men step in. While at home, women end up cooking. How do you explain this paradox?
Sir, this paradox is basically related to the patriarchal notions. Like when commerce is involved, when money is involved to an activity, men used to take up that stage. When men come forward to abdicate that thing, they basically can't tolerate women coming forward. It's the patriarchal notion.
नहीं बट इफ women normally हम लोग कहते हैं कि माँ के हाथ का खाना या दादी के हाथ का खाना etc. is the best, correct?
Yes.
So why can't women who cook so well at home step into commercial cooking like men?
So nowadays,
Apart from patriarchy, any other reason?
So nowadays there are many women who have stepped into cooking. For example, Tarla Dalal was famous cook. Now if we see the master chef, we find like Dharma Arora is there. There are many women who are coming forward and breaking these boundaries.
Okay. Now because you are a student of sociology and you are talking about patriarchy,
Yes.
are there any matriarchal societies?
So matriarchal societies may be found in like tribal societies of Africa. And I think in Kerala also there was a Nair society is known for its matriarchal nature, but patriarchy is slowly creeping into it.
Was Nair society matriarchal or matrilineal?
So it is matrilineal. Yes, I'm sorry.
What's the difference?
So matrilineal in matrilineal society, lineage is through the female line, and in matriarchal, authority is by the female line. It's basically power or lineage.
Correct. Now that we are talking about lineage and descent.
Yes, sir.
And ancestry, what's the difference between the three?
So lineage basically refers to a line from which a person may describe himself. For example, I know my father, my grandfather, great-grandfather.
Right.
This is my lineage.
Descent?
And descent is basically a mythical ancestor from which we derive, like let's say Suryavanshi.
All right. And ancestry?
Ancestry is the line. Again, like.
Or does ancestry include both descent and lineage? Or no?
Sir, I am not aware of this exact difference.
Okay. Why should we have a mythical ancestor? What's the need?
So mythical ancestors, they serve like a totem. I would use the word totem because they give us a matter of pride. People take pride in their mythical ancestors. For example, as I mentioned, Suryavanshis, Chandravanshis, they take pride in like Suryavanshis, they say we are having valor, we are brave. Chandravanshis say that we are calm. So having mythical ancestors give them like legitimacy and support.
And you are comparing an ancestor, a mythical ancestor, to a totem.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
What exactly is a totem?
So totem is any object, for example, plant or animal, which is worshipped by a society as revered.
Can a totem be in non-physical form?
So non-physical as in
You said plant, tree, animal, stone.
intangible thing.
Can it be intangible? That's the right word. Yeah.
As per my knowledge, a totem cannot be an intangible thing.
Then a mythical ancestor is intangible.
Yeah, but they gave a form to it.
How?
They give attributes to it. For example, they make an idol of it, then they worship it.
Okay, my last question. Forget Chandravanshi, Suryavanshi.
Pardon, sir?
Forget Chandravanshi and Suryavanshi for the time being and tell me a mythical ancestor other than these two. These two are, Chandravanshi and Suryavanshi are not really mythical ancestors. They are a particular lineage, if I can say.
Yes.
Correct? Name one mythical ancestor that somebody might have.
So many people derive the lineage from Parshuram.
Well, thank you.
Ashish, you're working in Cognizant.
Yes, sir.
Tell us something about your present job profile.
So I was working in Cognizant. I had resigned.
Okay.
I had resigned in 2018.
What did you do?
So at that time, my designation was project associate, and my work profile was data science.
What did it lead to?
So it led to basically analytics of data. We were working for US and Australian clients in the pharmaceutical sector. There was sales data, marketing data of those firms, and we had to find optimal solutions for that, like how to increase their market share.
Okay. What is Project Gaganyaan?
So Project Gaganyaan is Indian government's mission to send two or three astronauts to space, like 400-kilometer boundary of space for 5 to 7 days to revolve around the Earth.
Okay. Now, since you're working in for pharmaceuticals, would you believe that this COVID was artificially made, the virus?
So, as per the news reports or as per the information I am privy to, so this was not artificially made. This is a pandemic. This is a disease which can happen anytime.
Okay. Which is the community in Rajasthan which is involved in saving the deer, the chital?
So, Bishnoi community.
Okay. And why was Pokhran chosen as a site for the nuclear tests?
So, Pokhran provides an area which is far from habitation. First of all, it's a desert area, so the impact is minimal to the nearby population. The second reason might be, which I'm not sure right now, but as I have seen that it was away from the surveillance capacities of United States satellites revolving at that time.
And now, are there some possible effects of radiation amongst the people living in that area?
So I'm not aware of that.
You're not aware of it. What's a plastic smile?
Plastic smile, so I would say it's artificial smile.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
It's not natural. For example, we witnessed that in airline industry, air hostess is a receptionist also. They have to maintain that smile.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, Ashish. Now you have done manufacturing, engineering, and structural. Tell us about the most useful form of robot developed for so far as yet. In the robotics, what has been the best use?
So if we see the social impact, I would name Bandicoot, the robot which cleans the sewers.
Cleans the sewers.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that could be one. Anything?
So
Nurses and assistants have been developed.
So robots, I think, have not been developed in that line yet, but surgeries are being performed by
Surgeries.
robots.
Yeah. Those repetitive functions.
Repetitive functions.
Okay. Now, your optional is sociology.
Yes, sir.
Can you tell what is the conflict theory and who is the proponent for what reason? Yeah.
So conflict theory tries to find tensions in the society, like which two groups or which two ideologies are conflicting. Basically, Karl Marx is said to be the founder of conflict theory, wherein he propagated the conflict of bourgeois and proletariats in the society, basically in the capitalist society. Then this was carried forward by authors like Koser and Derendorf, and they found even functions of this conflict, like conflicts in long term tends to increase the let's say organizational capacity of society, because conflicts bring people together. There are some positivities involved with conflict also. So wherein Marx gave negative connotations to conflict, Koser and Derendorf gave positive connotations to it.
Okay. We hear of anthropology also. What kind of differences do you see between the two subjects, two streams, sociology and anthropology?
Sociology. So when the disciplines started, for example, anthropology was started by colonial rulers to basically get knowledge of the societies which they are going to colonize. and sociology was basically study of urban societies. So anthropology was earlier started for rural and sociology for urban societies. But in time we found that sociology and anthropology are getting merged. For example, village study method of anthropology is now being increasingly used by sociology also. For example, caste system in India. So they are getting merged. Earlier there was biological sciences in anthropology, sociology, and social sciences in sociology, but now they are getting merged.
Okay. Now, can you explain the like gender status in Rajasthan based on sociological theory, how it has evolved, because it is somewhat different from other states in India?
So if we see the gender status, like sex ratio, if we talk about, as per National Family Health Survey 5th report, the sex ratio of Rajasthan has surpassed 1000. It has become 1009. So we can say that Rajasthan is improving. In the last census 2011, it was 928. So it is coming up. And if we see the gender dimensions like child marriage, if we see, then child marriage statistics is also improving in Rajasthan. For example, in National Family Health Survey 4, it was 35% of 20 to 24-year-old women who said they were married before 18 years. Now this has come down to 25.4%. And one more statistic which I looked into regarding this gender status, contraception, like sterilization. When I looked into this NFHS data, I found that males are sterilized only 0.3%. And in opposition to that, females are sterilized 42%.
In Rajasthan?
In Rajasthan. And in India also. In India, 39% females are sterilized, and in the 18 to 49 group, and males are 0.3% for India too.
For India?
Yes, sir. So there is a glaring difference in that, and that reflects the patriarchal nature of Indian society and Rajasthan society too.
This is a very good observation, no? Statistics from
Yes,
whatever
sir.
you have got.
So 0.3% to 42%. There is difference.
All right. Okay. आशीष, सब्जी बनाना आपका शौक है?
Yes.
राजस्थानी फूड. How will you cook पापड़ की सब्जी?
पापड़ की सब्जी.
Yep.
Yes, sir. Papad ki sabji is cooked by first soaking the papad in water for like 2 hours, or even sometimes we soak them 4 hours or 6 hours, and then we boil them, and then normal sabji making in the kadhai, like putting the spices and.
Okay. Got it. You have some connection with Bharatpur.
Yes.
You have lived there.
Yes, I have lived there for.
Why
15
is
years.
Bharatpur so famous?
So Bharatpur, if we talk famous in positive sense, we will say Kevladev Ghana National Park.
Okay, why is Kevladev became so famous?
So Kevladev is now a World Heritage Site. It's part of the migratory flyway where Siberian crane visits. It's a wetland.
How? Okay, it's a wetland.
Yes.
Okay, that's good to know. And how many Siberian cranes visit every year?
So I am not aware of the exact numbers.
But anyway, when did they visit? Have you seen a Siberian crane?
I have not visited Kevladev Ghana.
But do you find reports that Siberian cranes visit every year there?
So sometimes they do not.
Which are the years when they did not?
Sometimes-
Any idea? If sometimes they don't, it's a big news. Then when did they? Any idea?
So maybe some climatic patterns may matter in this regard.
Okay. Anyway, for your information, in more than 2 decades, no Siberian crane has visited Bharatpur. So don't say that it's known for. It used to be known for Siberian cranes, no longer, right? Elon Musk has slapped a lawsuit against Microsoft. Why has he done so?
So I am not aware of the exact dimensions of it. So can you please elaborate a bit?
No, if I have to answer, then I'm not sitting there. You are sitting there. I'm not. Anyway, all right. If you are not aware, we'll leave it. Have you heard of metaverse?
Yes.
Right? Recently, in the metaverse, a 16-year-old girl was gang raped. Is rape possible on metaverse?
So we have to recognize one thing, that rape is just not physical. Rape is a traumatizing incident for a woman. So rape is indeed possible in metaverse, because in metaverse we create digital clones of ourselves.
Yes.
So the rapists
What are those
also,
clones called?
I'm not
Avatars.
Avatars, yes. Avatars.
Okay. All right. So, the rape of the avatar is possible.
Yes, it is.
And should it carry the same stigma, should carry the same punishment as for a physical rape?
So in my opinion, the punishment should be the same as per physical rape, because if rape can happen in digital environment, it can also lead to rape in the physical environment, because the mindset matters.
The mens rea. When you say mindset,
the intent.
Intent. That matters. Okay. Excellent. Now tell me, on the Rajasthan is on the Pakistan border. Right? What is the length of our total border in Rajasthan with Pakistan?
Sorry, sir, I'm not able to.
Okay. How many countries lie on the India's land borders?
India's land borders. So if we try to count like Pakistan, Afghanistan, if we see the sovereign territory of India, then Afghanistan, then China, Nepal, Bhutan, Myanmar, and Bangladesh.
7. Right. The group of ministers after Kargil have said one border, one force. So, which are the 7 forces guarding these borders?
So the western borders are guided by Border Security Force (BSF), and ITBP guides the northern borders with China, and there is Assam Rifles in the northeast region guarding Myanmar. Then SSB, Sashastra Seema Bal, is there in Nepal. And so I'm able to recall these many right now.
Anyway, thank you.
Ashish, you are from Bharatpur. Why is it called Lohagarh?
So it's called Lohagarh behind the name of a famous fort was there, Lohagarh Fort, which was said that it is impenetrable. Like it's like an iron wall. It cannot be penetrated. So there were attacks by Lord Lake, and Bharatpur was besieged, but it could not be penetrated. Like 4 times or 5 times it was attempted to be penetrated, but it could not. During the time of Ranjit Singh, siege of Bharatpur was carried out at that time.
Okay. Which year was it?
So I think 1805.
Okay. You have done your NCC B certificate.
Yes, sir.
Normally, students who are interested in NCC activity prefer to go for forces, right?
Yes.
You must have read about Agniveer concept and scheme. Can you give 2 positives of that scheme and 2 or 3 negatives?
So the positives of Agniveer scheme, I would say that it is providing platform to more youths to join armed forces for a short period. Like many may not join forces for like prolonged periods, so it is providing platform to them. And for government, it's also reducing their fiscal responsibility, fiscal expenditure on this forces front, because only 25% would be retained afterwards and 75% would be let off. So on the negatives front, I would say one prominent thing is the comradeship. In army or in any armed forces, what we witness is that when a person is part of a unit for 10 to 15 years, they develop a bond. And that comradeship is very necessary in a battle. Like when we see like a person is standing behind my back, I have total trust in him. Like you guard my back, I'll guard your back. So in the 4 years of service, 5 years service, that bond may not be developed. And that psychological mindset may be lacking when an actual war comes. And so the second negative I found is the 75% let off, which we have proposed. So there might be a bit of annoyance in the youth. like what will they do afterwards? They might not get jobs. They are sacrificing their youth for the country, and still they are asked to let go. So those are the two negatives I found.
On a border post, supposing 8 soldiers are posted, 4 of them Agniveers and 4 regular ones, right?
Sir?
On a border post, 8 soldiers are posted, 4 Agniveers and 4 regular soldiers. You are aware of their pay scales? They are different?
They are different. I am not aware of the exact numbers.
They are different.
Yes, sir.
But their functioning and their responsibility on and out border post is the same. Do you think it will affect the camaraderie, as you said? And ultimately, if it is affected, how will it impact the national security?
Sir, when a soldier, be it Agniveer or full-time soldier, is standing guard at the border, the ultimate thing in his or her mind is the patriotism or the feeling of sacrifice for the country. At that time, pay scale and the difference in these numbers may not come. And it will not come. Definitely it will not come. At that time, the soldiership would prevail. That we are soldiers of this nation.
Okay, my final question to you is regarding your engineering background. You are from a premier institute and a very good grade. Don't you think you would have contributed to in country's development in your specialized field rather than joining civil services?
Yes, it might look like that I would have contributed better because of my grades and my graduation level. But sir, I think it ultimately boils down to an individual preference. So I always yearned for a job which is people-centric, in which I can have interface with people, in which I can have diversity of job profiles.
Can you give 3 attributes, main attributes of a civil servant?
So first attribute is service motive in a civil servant. The second attribute I would find integrity. And a third attribute I would need empathy.
Thank you.
All right, Ashish. Your first UPSC interview?
Yes,
कब है?
7th March.
चल आ गया. How many mocks have you given?
So this is my second mock.
पहले वाले में फीडबैक क्या रहा?
So पहले वाले में फीडबैक था कि मेरे हैंड्स थोड़े ज़्यादा मूवमेंट कर रहे थे.
ज़्यादा क्या होता?
I was talking like this. And when I was answering, when I used to think, I looked at the ceiling. So I think I have rectified them now.
Okay. इसके अलावा any other feedback?
And so one serious feedback I got that you are very casual in answering. Be serious in answering the questions.
Casual.
Yes.
ये तो उल्टा है.
If that was the observation, you have removed that.
Yes.
That is addressed, you are perfect.
So these three were.
How do you rate your today's interview?
So in terms of knowledge, there are some gaps I found, but in terms of opinions, I think I have done good.
Knowledge में जो the gap you are referring to, can you pinpoint one or two?
So जैसे Microsoft versus Elon Musk debate. So
Okay.
I think I am forgetting. I have it somewhere in my mind, but I am forgetting it at the moment.
Yeah.
Never mind. Now to
Anyway, you will find out.
And the Siberian crane thing also.
you are not expected to know everything.
Yes.
That is obvious. If you don't know, say no, like you did. So you don't have to worry that you have to answer everything correctly. Nobody can.
Yes.
Your opinion forming I have written, I liked it. You have very clear opinions about things. Your depth of knowledge is pretty good. A little more clarity in sociology would have helped, but again, if you don't know, you don't know. Like that Nair society.
Yes.
Matriarchal matriarch. ये गलती बहुत sociology के students
सारे ही करते हैं.
सारे करते हैं.
100%.
I don't know why they do it.
The slip of mind, I would say, not tongue.
There is no matriarchal society in
There is
India.
no matriarchal
There is
society.
no matter. In fact,
And even in world, there are also no
yes,
matriarchal.
there is no pure matriarchal society anywhere.
No, in India, Khasi
Yeah.
tribes have.
No, so they are also matrilineal, not
Actually,
Only in films.
there is no pure matriarchal society.
only elephants are matriarchal for now.
Yes, yes,
That is
absolutely. In fact, I found you too serious. Somebody said you were too casual. I found you the other extreme.
So I might have digressed like, based on that
Course
outcome.
correction ज़्यादा होगा.
Yeah, course
Correction
correction.
थोड़ा ज़्यादा हो गया. In fact, I've written too serious. Only once you used a very casual word. Instead of saying yes, you said yeah.
Yes, sir.
वो थोड़ी सी बात है. But I'm just pointing it out to you.
Yeah, sure,
I have
sir.
nothing much to advise you. I think this was a pretty good interview. अभी क्योंकि 4-5 दिन बचे हैं, you don't even attempt to answer everything because you will not be able to. So prepare to say no when you don't know. बाकी your opinions were great. Some answers were very good. Hands का आपने बता ही दिया.
सब ठीक हो.
I think it's great. I really have nothing much to advise. I have a feeling you will do pretty well.
Thank you, sir.
Anything you want to ask me?
No, sir.
It's a great interview. I hope.
So there were many mistakes in my first interview. So
क्या mistakes?
so ये हाथ मेरे सब ऐसे हो गए थे मैं ऊपर देख के So I showed that video to my parents and my sister also. They all said like, what are you doing? This is not the way.
But Ashish,
Today you have improved a lot.
today I think you are perfect.
This was a very sober, very good interview.
One or two odd things I'd like to tell you is one, consider wearing darker socks.
Yes.
Right? That would be one. And secondly, just don't bother. You are very confident. You answered very confidently. You are like a perfect example how the interview should be taken or conducted. You did extremly well. So go with that confidence. You don't need another mock before your. It is your call. But so far as I am concerned, you are ready for the interview. Don't get any conflicting views anymore.
I have one more lineup. So should I cancel it?
It's up to you. It's your call.
That's up to you. Problem, he is absolutely right. वो conflicting opinions आते हैं और 3-4 दिन बचे हैं.
फिर आप कंफ्यूज हो गए कि यार इन्होंने ऐसा बोल दिया था, उन्होंने ऐसा बोल दिया, मैं क्या करूं?
Is it line for today or later?
So just 1 p.m.
No, you can go through it if you want.
कहाँ?
Sir, I think EG classes.
आज एक चीज मान के चलो, दोनों कान खुले रख के जाना, ठीक है? जो फीडबैक तुम्हें मिला अगर लग रहा है आपको कि ये ठीक है, today I think we have ranked you very high. I'm sure
Yes,
all of us have.
absolutely.
Right, you deserve that.
Thank you.
So I don't think any more value will be added. If there is any critical comment, you can consider how we suggested to you. How was it? And otherwise, let nothing affect your confidence. You are perfect.
Last time I was nervous, so within 5 minutes my mouth dried up and I needed to drink water at that time.
That's okay.
Oh my God.
You are doing a great job. You are
You
doing a
have
great job.
really responded very well to earlier
fit.
advice. Whatever.
Smile more.
You can just appear more relaxed.
Yeah.
That is all.
Boss.
All the best.
Thanks.
All the best.
Thank you. Good luck.
All the best.
But